Hey everybody, happy Thursday and happy first team call of the year. It's starting a little bit later than we typically would, but you know what? It's awesome. I mean, I think our team is already off to an amazing start with the launch of Transform 20. And hopefully you guys are loving it as much as I am, even though it's totally kicking my booty and I'm having to modify like a ton, but that's okay because that just means we're getting stronger every day. For those of you guys that were not at Summit last week, or not Summit, at Super Weekend last weekend, there were a lot of things that were announced about new programs and things like that. So I'm going to say that most of that, or everything's going to be in your Coach Stack office. So if you need to check that out, be sure that that you go back there. But really quick, couple things. Summit tickets in Indiana, they're on sale this month. So if you're kind of on the fence about it, I would definitely recommend picking them up this month. It's like $150 or $155, which is fantastic. I think they're usually about $200 or so. If you have not already heard, Punta Cana is, we are a go now. So a lot of times it will talk about your 2018, your work from 2018 is what determines if you're going to be on that trip. But I'm going to tell you guys to fill out the wait list only because we were in that same situation our very first trip that we're like, oh gosh, they were basing it upon last year and we were new coaches and there's no way we're going to be able to go. But we still worked our business. And so we kind of got higher on this list because of our daily or our monthly activity. And then, you know, some people can't go. Some people decide, you know, some people get pregnant, they can't do it. And then, you know, different things happen. So we didn't think we were going to be able to go. And then like 2 months before, 3 months before, they're like, hey, you got your spot. So it was super awesome. So that's why I always say you have the ability to go. Like if you help 3 people every month for the year, I can't 100% guarantee, of course, but I can pretty much guarantee that you're going to get an invitation to get there. And then it's going to be paid for, which is amazing. Portion Fix, there is a new Portion Fix coming out. If you don't know what that is, it's written by Autumn Calabrese. It's really phenomenal for people that maybe aren't into wanting to get ready to maybe dive into a workout program. It's really simple. It's going to be tons of recipes for those of you guys who've had the original Portion Fix cookbook, which is great. They're coming out with a new one. Plus, you guys can also check out the Portion Fix or Fixate recipe show that's on demand right now. So kind of give you an idea of what to expect. There's really cool offerings that are coming out right now with Portion Fix when it releases. Let's see. It's releasing March 4th for coaches and then to the public on March 18th. When you get set up with that, you are actually going to get the access. They're refilming 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme in real time. So kind of like 80 Day Obsession where it was a different workout and, you know, people were flubbing up and mic packs would fall off, which was awesome because it was real. They're doing that with 21 Day Fix and 21 Day Fix Extreme. So you will be a part of having access to that in the test group and everything like that. Morning Meltdown 100, I shared that in the team the other day. That's going to be releasing in Summit, so probably around July, which I'm super stoked about because you guys know I love morning workouts. I'm hoping to make everybody do morning workouts because it's only 20 to 30 minutes. Set your day off on the right track. I think it's going to be awesome. And 2 more things, and then I want to stop talking. Team Cup. Team Cup is next month. What that is, for those of you guys that don't know, it's an opportunity for you to rally with 4 other coaches. It's a total of 5 on a team. It doesn't have to be on our team. It could be any coach, any Beachbody coach. And it just gives you the opportunity to work together as a team, to win fun prizes, to kind of push each other, to kind of, you know, learn best practices and just come together to kind of have fun, right? Last thing, I still get people asking me, hey, can they put 80 Day Obsession or Transform 20 on DVD? No, they won't because it'd be way too expensive. However, they are phasing out DVDs because just like Blockbuster kind of went away and all these things kind of go, so they're not producing any more DVDs. So as they run out, they're just phasing out because, you know, everybody's going to Netflix and Hulu. So same kind of thing. Okay, that's enough talking for me for right now. Justin, did you want to like shout out at anybody or anything, or did anybody want to shout out at anybody? I should probably ask that too.
I feel like there's so many people we can shout out that it would we'd be here for a long time. So I know absolutely, obviously shouting out Allison as a brand new coach, and gosh, been signed up for like, where you've been coaching for like 4 days, I feel like. 4 days and SC6 and already like moving in the direction. So she's really, really going for it. Sarah just decided kind of last night that she was going to dive in and actually kind of take coaching by the horns here. So she's crazy busy in nursing school right now. And it still just like, I'm going to do it. So that was awesome to hear. And I mean, it's just everybody on this team, I feel like, is like, everybody here is doing really, really well. Like, they're pushing themselves. And that's, to me, what I said. Can we just for 1 second just say, doing well, guys? When we say you're doing awesome, it has nothing to do with Success Club numbers. It has nothing to do with volume. It has nothing to do with anything other than you're doing awesome means I'm pushing myself to do the best that I possibly can. And that's it. Like, I'm struggling through whatever I'm going through right now. I don't have time, but I'm finding time, that kind of stuff. And so I feel like if I look through this crowd right now, everybody's trying to make time when they don't have time and doing stuff that make them uncomfortable and pushing themselves. So I feel like, as corny as it may sound, I feel like everybody needs a shout out, not just a couple individuals. You know? For
sure. All right. So we're going to kick this off only because I'm using the free version of Zoom. So I only have 40 minutes and then it's going to kick us off. So the intention of this is to really get focused on our goals for 2019. And yes, we're all here because we're wanting to grow a business, but I think it's so important that you do this in all aspects of your life, right? So whether or not you want to, have a better relationship with your spouse or with your kids or whatever it is, I think it's important to kind of have a vision, have a goal, and then make a plan. So the first thing I want to say before we kick off 2019, I think it's really important to take a moment and reflect on 2018. I see so many times that women are like, or people, I shouldn't say women, people in general, if they had a bad 2018, they somehow blame that year, right? Like it was this number that the year was bad, and it wasn't. It was just life, right? So we're going to have good years and bad years. But if we can, look back on 2018 and find what was good in it. So I'm not going to have you guys do this exercise right now, but I want you guys to do this after we get off the call. Find 3 good things that happened in 2018, okay? And then likewise, I want you to think about maybe 3 not so good things. But I want you to take it a step further. I want you to also think about that not so good time. What did you learn from it? Because every single obstacle is an opportunity to learn, right? Every single one of them. Whether or not it's, I fell off my health and fitness plan. Okay, well, what did I struggle with? Was it nutrition? Was it, surrounding myself with maybe people who went to the bar too much, or maybe I didn't say no enough, or maybe I said yes too much, or whatever that is. So I think it's really important to kind of reflect on the not so fun stuff and finding out what lessons you've learned from it or can learn from it, right? So let's see, I made notes today. I think before we get into the meat and potatoes, I also want you to kind of get clear on your values and what you value most, right? So this year, what are your priorities? What are things you're unwilling to compromise on, right? Like there's some things you're like, I can do this, but there's certain things that's like, you know what? My relationship is non-negotiable. My kids are non-negotiable, or my business is a non-negotiable. Whatever that is, really getting clear on where your priorities are and where your values are and where your commitments lie. And then I'm going to ask you this question. Are your actions in alignment with what's important to you? Because I'm perfectly honest, my kids are my life. Like Justin will tell you, he's like, man, they are my world. But I don't always behave in the way that is conducive to my values, right? Like I can say, oh my gosh, I want you around me all the time. I want to do all these things, but then they might talk to me about something and I'm totally distracted doing something else. I'm like, and so really being mindful about anything in life, that whatever your goals are and you're non-negotiable, you're taking the actions, you're acting those out, right? I want you to also give yourself permission to dream a little bit, right? So if time, because all of us want more time, right? And resources, AKA money. If those were no longer a factor, how would you spend your time? And I want you to, you don't have to do it now, but I want you to do this when we get off the call, because I want you to dream a bit. It's okay to dream. I think so often, at least I know for me growing up, I had to have that 9 to 5 because there was safety, there was health insurance, there was, this steady paycheck that could go away tomorrow, right? And so you forget how to dream and think what's possible. So I want you to do that. I want you to think about, if time and resources or money wasn't an option, what would you be doing right now? What would you love to do? Would you travel? Would you sell all your stuff and just tour the country? Would you go buy a house in Bali? What would you do? It can look at other things like volunteering. Would you want to volunteer more? Do you have a heart, a passion for some sort of, volunteer organization that you're like, gosh, if I had more time or I had more money that I could pour into this organization that I'm so passionate about, what would that be? Who would you spend it with? Think about those people. Would it be your kids? Would it be your spouse? Would it be your best friend? Is it people maybe you haven't met yet? Maybe it's a group of people that emulate a certain thing, maybe, within your church, or they have the same views. And what would you do with those people? What would that look like? Imagine, close your eyes and think, gosh, we're going to be traveling together. We're going to be doing, saving the world. I don't know what it looks like to you. And how would you show up differently? How would you show up in your own life? How would you show up with your friends? How would you show up on social media? Right? Because I know that I think probably all of us at some point, and maybe still some of us do, worry so much about what people are going to say about us or think about us. Or if we share something on social media, are they like, oh, who does she think she is? Or, oh, look at her now. Or, whatever, right? And so we act in this bubble of how we think people want us to act. But imagine if time, you're out doing what you love, you're just free. How would you behave? What would that look like? Would you exude this confidence and this just I am just living a joy-filled life because I'm living life on my terms? And so, yeah, not everybody's going to agree with it, but I'm joyful and the people around me are joyful. And it's just amazing. So I want you guys to really take some time after and think about that. So here's what I'm going to have you guys do right now. I want you to write down these 5 topics, and we're not going to be able to get through all of them tonight, so you will have homework. So I want you to write down family, spiritual, financial, mindset, physical health, personal joy, and career. That's 7. I don't know why I wrote down 5. 7 topics. I can't do simple math. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to break all these down, and we're going to have a vision, and then we're going to have a goal, but then we need to find an action, right? I know a lot of you guys have probably heard of SMART goals. It's nothing new, right? Where it has to be sustainable, measurable, actionable, something like time relevant. I don't know. But anyways, it's really important to have all these things. So the first thing that I want us to focus on, because again, we're health and fitness coaches, but health and fitness is such a small component of what we're doing. I think we all know now, the mindset part is huge. And you can help anybody. Not everybody's going to be ready for a workout program. Not everybody's going to be ready to eat healthy, but you can help anybody with mindset. They don't have to buy anything. By you just sharing, hey, this is what is working for me. Here's a book that I love. So I think that this is really important for our business as well. So think about what do you want to improve on with mindset? What does that look like? Do you want to love yourself more? Do you want to be more confident? And I want you guys to write that down. What is that mindset piece that you want to work on this year? So I'll tell you, mine is I want to love myself more, right? I think that especially as women, we always struggle with that. So I think it's probably a constant work in progress. I'm so much further than I was 4 years ago when I had no self-worth, but I think I'm always a work in progress. So that is kind of my vision, self-love, just it's out there, right? And then we break it down to a goal. I want to become a more confident version of myself at every step of my journey. Like, I don't want to wait until I look like an after photo to be proud of who I am. I want to be proud of who I am at every step. So whatever your vision was, what is that goal? Break it down just a little bit more. Awesome. Okay. And then the last part of this one is we're gonna make action steps, right? So what are you gonna do to get there? Because it's great to go, I want to love myself. That's cool. But what are you gonna do every day, every week, whatever it is, to get closer to that goal of loving yourself or having more confidence? I know for me, I'll give you an example because I work better with examples. I'm going to create a mantra. I'm going to create a mantra. I haven't done it yet. I'm going to create a mantra that I can say to myself every single day. Maybe it's every single morning. Maybe it's every single night. Maybe I set a reminder on my phone 5 times a day that I'm just going to say something like, I am worthy, I am loved, I am strong, whatever it is, whatever that is to you. I'm also committing to reading 2 personal development books or listening to 2 personal development books a month based upon what I'm currently struggling with, which it can be different. Like sometimes it can be self-esteem. Sometimes it can be, maybe I'm getting negative, so I might need something to kind of help me out with that. And then I'm also have a goal to attend 2 personal development seminars. So in 2019, because for me, like I went to a Tony Robbins 3-day, 4-day event thing, and it was phenomenal. And I feel so much power and energy, and I come back changed. And so I'm willing to make an investment in my personal growth, doing those things. So kind of coming up with that plan, like it can be 1 thing, it could be 3 things. I would say probably not have it more than like a few, because then if you're like, oh, I've got all these things, which is what I did in the very beginning, and I haven't done half of them because I was like, I'm too much change at once. It's crazy. All right. So the next one is physical health, because again, we're health and fitness coaches, so this has to be a big one. So what is your goal for your overall physical health in 2019? If you haven't already, be sure that it's kind of your vision becomes a goal, right? So for mine, it was, I want to be healthier. Well, okay, what does that goal look like? Well, I want to lose fat, I want to have more energy, and I want to get stronger, right? So we've got our vision is get healthier. We've got our goal, which is losing fat, having more energy, getting stronger. And then the last step is to have an action plan, right? So for me, part of my health is committing to a minimum of 70 ounces of water a day. I've always struggled with water, and I'm tired of saying I'm that girl that struggles with always drinking water. And so that's an important goal. That is actionable. I know exactly, it's time. I know every day that's my goal, right? I know how much I need to drink. I know why I need to drink it. Another one that I have is I'm committing to more sleep. So I usually get about 5 to 6 hours of sleep a night, which is not enough. And so I'm committing to at least trying, and it's not going to be perfect. And so the first time you mess up or the 10th time you mess up, that doesn't mean you failed. It just means you keep trying, right? So I'm committing to 7 hours of sleep, or I'm going to try my best to commit to 7 hours of sleep. Again, it's okay, I've got this goal. It's not just like, oh, I want to get more sleep. I want to get 7 hours of sleep. And then making a plan on how you're going to do that. I need to go to bed at this time. So I no longer sleep with my phone by my bed. It's in the bathroom, and it's helped because I'll scroll, and before I know it, it's 10 o'clock, or I get up in the morning, and then I scroll, and then I'm like, I don't have enough time in my morning. Well, no, I just spent like 20 minutes on my phone that I didn't need to be. So having those be really super actionable. Oh, and I also said decrease consumption of wine to 2 times a week, max 2 times a week. Because I could say, here's one thing I want you guys to recognize. If you're like, I'm going to give myself a goal, but you have no intention of doing it, just don't even do it. Because I'm not going to say I'm never going to drink again, because I don't want to do that, right? But, and then I'm like, do I want to just say 1 time a week? I'm like, let's start with 2, and then we'll see. But I think it's really important to be honest with yourself too. Like, here's a goal I want to do. Now, am I actually going to take action on it? Or am I like, oh, that just sounds good, and then you never do it, right? So it's okay to baby step it. Okay, so now the next one, we're going to go to career. And, we all kind of have different paths that we're on. Some of us are stay-at-home moms. Some of us work full-time. Some of us love our job. Some of us want to get out of our job. Some of us want to have a 6-7 figure business with Beachbody. Some of us just want a couple extra $100 a month, or just for accountability, right? So my goal is mine, and your goals are yours. Our goal isn't to determine what your goal is. It's unique and special to you. So my vision, my personal vision, is I want to grow my coaching business. There we go. That's my vision. I want to grow it, right? However, we need to set a goal, right? So my goal is I want to quit my job this year, and I want more freedom of time, because I want to teach workout classes, and I want to continue doing this because this is what I love. And this has been on my goal for as long as I can remember. I want to have a dog, whether it's Benny or a new one that we're going to get. I want to train them to be a therapy dog so we can go into hospitals, because I just think that would be amazing. And I would just love it so much and just fill my heart. So, okay, that's my goal, right? Okay, now we have to take it down. Okay, whatever you just put for your career goal, what are the steps that you're going to take to get there? And again, just have a few. It doesn't have to be a ton. It can be super simple, right? Or it can be a stepping stone to get, maybe your goal is so big that you need to go, okay, well, this goal might take me 5 years to get, but here's what I can do this year. And now I can break it down into things that I can do right now to get me where I need to go. So for instance, mine is I am committed, my non-negotiable, and it's been this way for 4 years, to help at least 5 women get started on their health and fitness journey every single month. And I have for 4 years. That's my non-negotiable. Some months it's easy, like January, everybody's looking for something. But August rolls around, or December, and people are like, it's a little harder, but that's my non-negotiable. That's my goal, to help people, because that's kind of my gauge for my business. And it just, when you're heart-centered too, you're just like, okay, it's a struggle, but this is my goal because this is what I want to do. My goal is to also help 5 new ladies start their own coaching journey, which means I had to take a step further and go, I need to start talking about it more, because I'm really good about talking about our programs and how amazing they are. I still get scared shitless sometimes when I talk to people about the coaching opportunity. And I don't know why, because it's blessed our lives so much. But, that's my own thing. So I'm committing to, okay, I need to talk about coaching at least once a month or once a week on my social media, if not more, share it more on stories, and then just invite more people. Like, give people this gift and not determine if they need it or if they don't, or if they'll say yes or if they'll say no. That's not for me to decide. My job is to just give it to people and let them do with it what they want. If they say no, cool. If they say yes, cool. Right? So find out what that is for you based upon your career. And then personal joy is the next one. I think this one's huge. So personal joy. Okay. I want you guys to come up with a vision of what your personal joy this year, what you want that to look like. And I apologize if I'm going too fast or too slow or whatever, because I'm like, I don't know how much time we have left. Okay. And are these examples helping? You guys can just nod or no. Because I know for me, I'm like, can you help me out? I need an idea. Okay.
What's your example for personal joy, then?
Mine was just be happy and laugh more. I mean, I think I laugh a lot, but I'm like, I just want to have like my life just be one huge, like romantic comedy where I'm not the only one laughing at myself because I'm hilarious. I want other people laughing with me.
Well, I laugh at you. I mean, with you all the time.
I'm actually getting a shirt made that says that I'm a romantic.
My husband laughs at me.
No, I'll get that too. Whatever. So yeah, be happy and laugh more. So, okay, well, what does that look like to me? Like when I think about what makes me happy and I close my eyes and I think about what just makes me like the happy cry, right? Because I tend to cry a lot. I'm kind of a baby, but I cry when I'm sad, but I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I see somebody else crying. I cry. It's just an emotion that I have. And so like what makes me like where your just stomach hurts and your cheeks hurt and you're just bawling and in such a happy way. Okay, well, it's just being with other women in community. It's spending time just being ourselves. Like I envision like, okay, I'm in my jammies with a bunch of girls sitting on my couch, drinking wine, watching chick flicks, and like we're eating popcorn. Like it's nothing exciting, but that's what excites me. That's where I feel my community. Even though I'm a natural introvert, so I want you guys to leave after a bit, but I want you guys to come so I can love on you, and then you got to go, and then you can come back like tomorrow. Weird introvert problems, I don't know. But so then I broke it down. I'm like, okay, well, what do I need to do to get that vision in my head to become a reality? Well, last year I actually started just reaching out to women, like whether or not they're in our challenge groups or they're just somebody that they think is rad. Like, and I'm just like, hey, super random. Like the first time I remember I was scared. I'm like, do you want to meet for lunch? Or do you want to meet for a drink? Or do you want to like come work out at my house? Or do you want to, and just putting myself out there. And it was scary at first. I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm like, are they going to like steal me? Or are they going to, I don't know. So I'd always tell Justin, here's who I'm with. Here's where we're going. But so I did. I'm like, okay, well, I want to meet, my goal is to meet with one new woman every single month, whether or not it's going for a workout, a hike. I'm meeting with somebody next month that we met online. We're going to go for a hike. Whatever that is, because community is my love language, which has really taken me a long time to realize it. But when I realize that that's what I'm constantly talking about, I'm like, that's what it is. That's what it is. Oh, we've removed the 40-minute time limit on your first group meeting. Cool. Thanks, Zoom. Which they give me that every single day now. Anyways, so that's one of the things I'm going to do. I'm going to schedule a girls' night at least one time a week where I just get a group of girls together. I just throw it out there. People can show up or they can't. I'll maybe coordinate an event. Like maybe it's just a big dinner, or maybe it's my dream of having people on my couch drinking wine, hopefully white wine, because I don't want people to stay on my couch. I love it. And watching chick flicks and eating popcorn and like laughing until we're crying. You know, you're making your vision happen by taking action, right? And the other thing that I want a personal joy, which I just recently found, is finding a hobby, right? Because this started as a hobby for me and became my business, and it's something I'm super passionate about. But I'm always thinking about it because I just love it so much, right? And so I'm like, I need to do something that I can just veg out, concentrate on. And I found that I love making painted signs. It do stencily stuff and painty stuff and picky stuff, and I'm just focused on that, and I'm not thinking about everything else just disappears. And so that's really important to me. So finding what that is for you. Bless you. And then we'll do last one, and then I actually want to open this up. Is physical. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. I'm done. I put it twice. I copied and pasted it, and then I put it. We're done. Oh my gosh, we flew through that. Okay, so what I'm going to do, if anybody is comfortable sharing one thing, I would love to hear it. And I know it takes a risk, but that's that's what we're all about this year, is just kind of risking and failing forward and sharing, because I think that, you know, the awesome thing about what we do is we don't have to be perfect. It's us sharing our story and what's important to us. And one other person on this call is going to relate to what you're going through, what your goal is. And it's just powerful. So who's ready to talk first? I'll call people out. Oh, Jen.
Me?
Yeah.
I never know when you say Jen, if it's me or 5 other people in the call.
No, I think you're the only Jen here now.
Oh, awesome. Okay. So I think my thing that I have found for this year for me is that I want to be true to myself. I learned in 2018 that I sacrifice my own happiness, my own thoughts, my own dreams, and the things that I want.
And your desserts.
And my desserts, my daughter says. We were in Sun River this summer. I ordered this amazing dessert. I couldn't wait to eat it, and she didn't like hers.
I got a lemon cello.
Yeah, she got some lemon lime thing. It was weird. And I gave her mine so that she would be happy. And then I was like, I kind of really wanted my dessert. And I found in this last year, that I do that a lot. So this year for me, it's focusing on being true to myself and not feeling afraid or like I'm being selfish and standing up for myself and saying, nope, this is what I want for me. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of my big ones this year. And I'm doing that by listening to myself,
giving me your dessert,
sharing myself, knowing that what I'm sharing is coming from my heart and I can't be in control of how other people receive it, mm-hmm. and not feeling guilty if they don't receive it how I'm putting it out. Mm-hmm. And just daily practice of meditating and hearing myself and really learning to connect with myself and what it is I want.
Nice. I love that. That's awesome. That's super good. Yay. Yeah. So next time your daughter doesn't like hers, you should say you should have ordered something different. Mine's
right. Right. You're out of line. Thank you. She doesn't like that. She disagrees.
Sometimes we got to give you tough love, girlfriend.
That's right.
All right. Who's next?
I can go. I have something that's pretty similar to Jennifer's. So hers was kind of be true to myself, and mine was kind of to be happy inside and out. Something that I've been struggling a lot with this past year is kind of my mental health. But because I'm a people pleaser, I don't really let on the inside. So I'm always trying to display like, oh, I'm so happy, everything's fine, when it's really not. And so to do that, I just want to like surround myself with positive and uplifting people, and then just like stop trying to please everyone and be myself. So I think something that's really going to help me is to like find a hobby, something where I can kind of put myself into more. That way I can find something I enjoy, and so I have other things to do. And then also just kind of not being afraid to put myself out there and find people who are more like me and who have a similar mindset.
I love that. It's so important, and it's so scary. I'm going to be honest. Sometimes when you're doing that transition of finding out who you are and wanting more, sometimes the people that you're surrounding yourself with might not always be ready to want to make those changes too. And mm-hmm. So you have to, it's that hard conversation of like, I really love these people, but I'm wanting to go over here and they're still over here. So what do I do? You know, do you stay in unhappiness because you are a people pleaser? There was something Jen Sincero when we had, if you guys haven't read You're a Badass, you have to, that she says that instead of thinking that you're like, if you need to distance yourself from somebody, instead of thinking you're being mean to them, think about that you're being nice to yourself. And I think that that's so powerful, because we're like, oh gosh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, but you're doing it at the expense of your own happiness. So if you just start flip-flopping that reality, it's pretty powerful. Good job, Sarah. Proud of you.
Thanks.
All right. So we've got 3 minutes left. So who wants to go? Come on. Allison, I knew you'd chime in. Hold on if I can unmute you. There you go.
Well, I guess mine was kind of the same for like my physical health. I wrote down like be confident in my own skin because I've always struggled with that. Like even when I was 18 and like 25 pounds, like I still never felt comfortable in my own skin. I don't know. So that's something that I would like to work on and just like love me for me because like I shouldn't be comparing myself to other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tend to do that. So
yeah. So what action steps are you going to implement to start working on that?
Well, working out and actually staying committed to it because this is like the first time that I've actually been committed to it. Like I'll go to the gym, but I'll kind of just like, I don't know, goof off sometimes or just like work out and then like kind of walk around and work out. Like I don't actually kind of push myself and, you know, set goals or really try to lose weight or get fit or anything like that. So, I mean, that's my goal with this.
Yeah.
So.
I love it. And we've got a ton of personal development and stuff like that we're walking recommendations.
Yeah, and I really need to, I want to get that You Are a Badass book.
Yeah, it's great. It's phenomenal. Yeah. All right. I clicked love it and it removed the 40-minute limit off my thing. So if anybody else wants to share, I was like, yes. Kate, I feel like you need to say something. But I cannot hear you at all. It's really like. Do you have it plugged in? Do you have a microphone plugged in? Oh, wow. I'm muting you. No more. This is probably an attractive look. No more expecting failure. Oh my gosh, I'm old. Okay. That's awesome. See, you just gotta love what we do. We just like fail our way forward. It's amazing.
I think it was like no more failure mindset, maybe? Yeah? Okay.
Perfect. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. And if you haven't already, because I couldn't see it, 2 to 3 action steps that you're going to do to do that. So it's nice that you have that goal, but then what are the steps you're going to take? So is it going to be committing to, like I know for your business, is it going to be committing to getting up early and knocking that stuff out first versus allowing time to take over? Awesome. Justin, do you have anything?
I wasn't sharing because I have no problem talking in front of everybody and I'll spend all night.
Yeah, I know that.
I was trying to give everybody else the opportunity so that I didn't waste their time. But no, I mean, like, I think like everybody, I think we all struggle probably with a level of confidence. I know that's something for me that I wrote down, which was just like on the mindset aspect, was just getting more confidence in our ability or my ability to be successful in whatever it is I'm doing. I'm constantly struggling with that, like, and especially in coaching. So for me, you know, like Dion and I always preach about personal development because it's such a massive part of what we do. And it's probably one of the things that I struggle with the most. Like I find myself really often like, okay, I listen to it in the car and then I'll get in the car and something else will come up or I'll be on a call or something like that. And then I don't listen to it and then I'll get out of the habit and I won't do it for a few. And I'm like, okay, so setting a very, very, kind of non-negotiable of, all right now I'm reading a book called, I'm listening to a book called You Can't Hurt Me. Can't hurt me. That's right, babe? You can't hurt me or can't. Which is great, right? And it's all about doing uncomfortable things every single day to help yourself find more confidence. So I'm reading that fantastic book, but that's kind of my game plan is just dive more into the personal development. I think I'm going to go back to You're a Badass and read that again because that was a game-changing book. But yeah, I think it's always something about that. And it just goes to show my lack of confidence isn't just always a lack of confidence in my ability necessarily to achieve a specific task. I'll go through waves of being very confident in our business growth and how we're growing coaching and what it's going to do. And then I'll go through waves of being like, man, what's going on? Like, am I not doing enough, or are we doing it wrong, or some, and that happens. It's the entrepreneurial roller coaster. We do this all the time. So I think just kind of also understanding that that's just part of the game, but working on that constantly, and that everybody goes through that no matter how long you've been coaching, and no matter what you're doing or how long you've been doing it, is a major thing. So I'll shut up now because I'll continue to talk. Yeah.
All right. Anybody else want to go? Lynn? Like, please don't call me out. I'm going to anyway. Do you want me to unmute you? Okay, I will. There you go.
Okay. So, I think my things are like more personal joy. So I don't have a lot of friends in town. I've lived here forever. I got some friends, but my close friends are like 12 hours away. So my thing would be to meet up with them once a year for a girls' weekend trip, because that would be my personal joy, to have your really close friends, right? Just like you want to sit on the couch and drink wine and watch movies. I would absolutely love to be able to do that. So I think working on my career to financially help me, then I can do that. Because my kids are now old enough that they can stay home for a weekend with my husband. They're not in diapers. They're sustainable. So there's not that anymore going, well, what do I do with them? They're fine. Get out of here. So that would be my thing, is to be able to at least be able to financially be able to do that.
Yeah.
Those are my goals. Yeah.
I love it. Do you have action steps to?
Well, really, I have to get my butt in gear more, and I really want to work on like the inviting on Instagram and kind of really work hard on that part of it. And hopefully that will help me out, get going a little bit better.
Right. No, that's awesome. And I've got some little tips that I could share with you offline as well about Instagram and inviting based upon your stories, because you're doing really awesome on your stories. So that's already instant connection with people, which is awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nicole, did you want to go? Did you want to shower? She's like, no, I got nothing. I got nothing. All right, Tammy, did you want to share?
Believe it or not, I've been a coach. In September, it'll be 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And I have never finished a program.
Really?
Really.
Wow.
With all my health issues over the years and stuff, especially last year was just horrible. So I'd like to finish a program. So I've got 3 days in so far. So it's really hard coming back from that awful dreaded C word. Past in April with all the surgeries and radiation and all that crap. So it's been really hard trying to get back into it, and it's been really rough. My health is, plus the medication I'm on, so it's been really rough. So that's my goal, to really stick to a program, finish it, start planning my meal plans, and that's my goal.
I think that's great. So, you've got actions, you're like, I want to finish the program, and you're going to get healthier by making sure that you're meal prepping and all that stuff. And then, you just because you're coach, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So reach out to her and Jen as a resource. Like whenever you're like, I'm struggling, and know that if there's some days, are you doing Transform 20?
Yes.
If you're doing that, and it's a rough program, I'm not going to lie.
But I take it easy. Yeah. I can't do it. So I'm just doing little by little what I can. So yeah.
Even if it's marching in place.
Done a lot of that too. Yep. Keep moving. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Yep.
All right. I love that. Well, I'll be praying for you too.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. And then 1st of 12th. I can't remember. I don't know if she can hear us or not. Do you want to share? If she says no. No. She messages no. Okay. Well, if nobody has anything else to say, or does anybody have any questions about anything? Because this is open for Q&A. If you have any questions, whatever it is, feel free. Nicole. Oh, I think, hold on. Are you muting yourself? Because I think we did it at the same time. Here we go.
Sorry. Just wanted to know when the next team meeting is, and I'm going to take off, but I need to know when the next team meeting is.
Oh, the team call?
Weekly?
Good question. Let me double check.
Okay.
Favorites. Oh, yeah, because next Wednesday I have a late work meeting, honey. Did you want to head that up, or what do you want to do? Yeah, you got it? All right, 6 p.m. next Wednesday. You're like,
well, I was just curious because it was on Thursday. So are they going to kind of like rotate Wednesday, Thursday?
We're actually, they used to always be Wednesday, I think at 6:30. And then the end of last year, we were doing where we would do 1 week would be a morning one, and Alicia would lead that. And then we were doing evenings, and it was just kind of the holidays. Then we just kind of took a break because people were like, it's holidays. So honestly, like, I'm going to be legit real. I don't know. I don't quite know.
Okay. No worries. I'll keep an eye out.
Yeah, for sure.
Thanks, guys. Have a good night.
You too. All right. So you guys have a good night. Good evening.